podcast is powered by monkeyknifefight.com.
It's the week 2 preview, goddammit!
We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day.
Every day!
We make plays every day,
Every day!
We make plays every day, yeah.
Woo!
We make plays every day, yeah.
And if you play fantasy, I wanna let you know if you ain't trading, you ain't trying, motherfuckers. Hey! Welcome to the Real Fantasy Playmakers. I am your host, Bogard, scot-free, as always, joined by my esteemed colleague, just a steamrolling over competition, newly dubbed Sir Diamond Joe. What's happening, Steamboat?
Yes, sir. The platinum is a thing of the past. We're on the diamond.
We on the
my best
diamond
friend today.
Yeah, and making his Real Fantasy Playmakers debut, he is just one of our real life homies who actually, if I didn't know him the way he talked about fantasy specifically, I would swear he needs to be on the podcast. And that's why he's here with us, introducing my man, Henok. What's happening?
What's up, DJ? Glad to be here.
Hold on. He's just going with all kind of governor names, you know what I'm saying? I'm known as Bogey around these parts, all right? Yeah, anyway, so we're gonna recap the Thursday night game, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna preview the rest of the entire Sunday slate. The entire Sunday slate and the Monday nighter, you know what I mean? And we're gonna hit it off from from the Vegas spreads, point totals, and all kind of fantasy isms, all things that have to do with fantasy implications. Maybe touch on a little bit of injury report updates, etc. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, we are recording this fresh off the Thursday night game, like I said. So, you guys are smart playmakers. If anything changes as far as like some injury things we're talking about tomorrow or today, as in when you hear this, which would be Friday, hey, just check it out. Look it up. Before we get to all that, we're going to go ahead and handle some quick housekeeping. Go ahead. Hey, yo, who's moving? What is that noise? Is that you, Henok? The new guy.
I'm chilling. I'm posted.
All right, that was the goo. It's always the diamond goo making all kind of diamond noises in the back. You know what I'm saying? Anyways.
All access has to make noise.
Go ahead, follow us at the GMM Network on both IG and Twitter. And subscribe to the GMM Network on YouTube. Hit this notification bell. Spike the like, drop a comment. Oh man, more importantly, subscribe if you haven't already. And shout out to all you playmakers out there. We love y'all. Also, you can find me at the Rum Boys Fantasy Network on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to our umbrella channel. You know what I mean? And like I said, hit the notification bell, spike the like. You're gonna find us live, damn near 5 out of 7 nights a week, including your NFL AM show, getting you ready Sunday mornings for your answering last minute start sits questions, etc. Now, also want to tell y'all about rumboys.com. It's where you're gonna find all our latest and greatest articles from all our innovative sports journalists. We cover every sport up the yin yang, up the wazoo. Boom, bang, bong. Go ahead and also show love to our sponsor, Milk and Honey TX. For all your CBD wellness and all your CBD goodness, visit milkandhoneytx.com. Shout out to the homie, big up to the big bruh, Sundown Charlie. Hey, and you heard it, playmakers, at the beginning of this joint. This podcast is powered by monkeyknifefight.com. Go ahead, head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code GMM in all capital letters. We'll match your first deposit all the way up to $50. If you guys would have tuned in and heard our pregame coverage on the Rum Boys Fantasy Network, where we were previewing, doing a pregame show for the Thursday nighter Bengals-Browns game. I took the prop. You had to hit it. It's a parlay. You had to hit on both. It was Baker Mayfield, less or more, 242 passing yards versus my man, Mighty Joe Young, Burrow. God damn it. less or more, 242 passing yards. I said take the more on the passing yards for Mighty Joe Young, and I said take the under on Baker Mayfield, and bruh, that shit hit. See what I'm saying? And if you was to fuck with us, we would have been matching your deposit all the way up to $50. Like I said, head on over to monkeyknifefight.com, use promo code GMM, and we'll match your first deposit all the way up to $50. Monkey Knife Fight, give me money. Hey, what's happening, fellas?
Yo, you hit on the Monkey Knife Fight, huh? Joe Burrow throwing it 60 times. He barely got 300 yards.
Hey,
what do you think?
I got it. Like I said, hey, we'll bring up the details because let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's talk about this Thursday night thriller. Actually,
yeah, the Browns came out, put it in, beat the Bengals 35-30. Baker was sharp. He came out, looked good. Nick Chubb. And
he was efficient. He was efficient.
Dominated. He was sharp. He was motivated. He was efficient. He did have a pick. It wasn't great. Wasn't special. It was just sharp.
That pick was a great. That pick was an undercut route. That was great play by the defense. That's what I say. But that play action.
Absolutely.
That play action, bro. Like it's really opening up.
They look like the Minnesota Browns, basically.
The Minnesota.
The Minnesota Browns.
I don't
got,
you know.
Dalvin Chubb over there and Baker Cousins and shit. That's all they are.
Baker
looks a lot like.
It really is up. Odell
like
Beckham Diggs.
Yeah, I mean the whole team came out. They look strong. Cleveland at their best. This is them at their best. They're gonna run the ball. They're not gonna throw it a lot. I mean, they're gonna be efficient in the passing game, but they're gonna look just like the Vikings did from last year at their best, which is not great for the passing game, especially if you invested in guys like Odell, but. He produced the touchdown.
It'll be efficient.
Loved it. Yeah, the running game has to produce like this for the passing game to really be efficient. Otherwise, it's Baker throwing too much, and then he's not that guy.
Yeah.
Can I say something? I like to say two things I noticed about these lousy quarterbacks that you guys love. Okay.
Who, Baker? Who said anything about us loving him? We don't love him. We love that system. Oh, you talking about my man Corky Kirk?
No. I'm talking about both. I'll give you two stats that I saw today. Right?
Okay.
One, Joe Burrow threw 61 times.
Yeah, this is fantasy. We love that.
That's more than Matt Ryan. He hit less than half of those. And I get it. The whole line was garbage, right? They let that guy get sacked first. Everything, right? So I don't blame them altogether. But I'm talking just fantasy purposes. I don't like him no more.
Listen, what? Are you? Hold on. You need. Hold on. You need to think about what you're saying here. In fantasy, I want my guy to throw 50, 60 times a game because that rarely happens. I'm happy with 33 times a game. That's what you want in fantasy. Fuck the reality aspect. We're talking fantasy. Joe Burrow is the shit on top of the listen. 317 yards passing, 3 passing TDs, 46 yards on the ground, 1 turnover.
No picks, which is my favorite stat on that line.
Yeah, no picks. And the fumble was when they were down at the 1 yard line in their own 1 yard, and he took a massive hit because he's trying to stay poised in the pocket. That pressure's coming. He just acts like there's somehow, some way they're going to protect him. He's just taking hits. You know what I mean? And he took a bad one.
He looks like a great quarterback in a bad situation to me. That's why I don't like him. So let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Come on,
I don't like the situation around him, to be honest. But then the other quarterback, what's his name? Baker Mayfield, right?
Yeah.
They don't trust him to throw the ball at all.
No.
You can tell. They don't want him throwing shit. I think he had 5 play action passes. I mean, he hit 4 out of 5, right? That's
exactly,
pretty good.
and this is what this system is predicated on: the zone run scheme that spreads things out, opens up the goddamn, opens up the play action for the down the field passes. This is the game script they want to run. The irony.
Baker was most efficient when he was off the play action, rolling out.
Yeah, rolling out.
Those safe passes. Yeah. There was nothing great. He hit Odell on the long one, sure. But other than that, it was just a running game. Chubb was really the X factor, and just they could not stop him.
I love you, Nick Chubb. I'm tired of everyone.
Great. Oh yeah. No, this was this is what you wanted from these two guys if you got them. So I mean, I don't know. This is Cincinnati. I don't know. This is their ceiling. They got to their ceiling today for those running backs, but So I don't think we're going to see this, week in, week out. But this is what they want to do. So not mad at Cleveland. They did it against Joe Burrow. But
I do want to point one thing out. Cleveland was without their big free agency acquisition right tackle, Jack Conklin.
Didn't seem to matter.
No, I'm saying no. Watch when he's in there. Watch when Jedrick Wills, their first round draft pick, is healthy, because he was banged up. Someone might even want to fact check me if he played or not, because I don't think he played. I'm just saying, for what they were able to do, it's only going to get better, because that's the game script they need to run. That's the game script you should expect for them to have any type of chance. Like,
to be a good team, that's what they have to do.
Right now, they need to beat a good team. I expected this. I even on the show, the pregame show on the Rome Boys Fantasy Network. Shout out to the Admiral Robbie J. We were super faded, but I told that motherfucker they'll cover the 6, and they sure the fuck did. The Bengals covered that. Yeah,
there it was right there at the end.
Yep.
Shout out. All right, on the other side of the ball, Joe Mixon. You're panicked, right? If you're a Joe Mixon owner.
I'm panicked on the line, because they have their pieces like Cordy Glenn and their first round draft pick. They're playing, and but I'm not really panicking as much. You want to know why? It's a young rookie who they're not respecting as much in the passing game yet. So they're stacking the box. 1, 2. There's no continuity on the line, because, like I said, their free agency acquisition 2 years ago, Cordy Glenn, he's back. And he was a high rated lineman coming from the Bills. Then their first round draft pick last year had a season-ending injury in the preseason. This is basically preseason with a new quarterback. And I think they played phenomenal. Like that, there's only an arrow going up for them. But I want them to be shitty like they are for my man, Mighty Joe Young. I'm just beating his chest. Just beating his chest.
You can go ahead and put your waiver claim in for because there was enough of a sample size for Drew.
For Drew Sample. Hey, you see what I did?
I saw what you did. Uzama had 4 for 42 before he's done for the year probably. So or at least a little extended period. Tight ends tonight for the Bengals, 11 catches for 87 yards.
Yeah.
And now that Uzama's gone, you can see. I bet you. It looked like he was leaning heavily on.
And Tyler Boyd was always one of the. He was, if not the third, he was always the second read. Like so
Tyler Boyd, 7 catches on 8 targets.
Yeah.
AJ Green 3 catches on 13 targets.
Yeah, that one pissed me off. That one pissed me off because not only did I just trade for AJ Green.
Let's talk about AJ Green.
Let's first of all, before we get to AJ, this is gonna correlate. The fact that Mighty Joe Young, his ball placement is fucking phenomenal. Like as a rook, it's like Andrew Luck level coming out of college. Granted, he had 5 years in college, Mighty Joe Young. Still, I don't give a fuck. It's still the fact that he's placing the ball right where it needs to be for AJ Green to catch this motherfucker out of.
I totally agree. There was one play where AJ Green couldn't even jump 3 feet in the air to grab the ball. You could tell he didn't have that hop.
He threw him a 50. He threw him a 50-50 ball. After that, he didn't try to do that no more with him.
He did drop a couple bad ones.
He sure did. And
then AJ Green would have caught easy.
And then old AJ Green. But see, this is like preseason again. So I'm actually not down on AJ Green. I love the target market share.
13 targets. How can you be mad at that?
And
it's not going to be that, but
because that was 61.
8 at least.
61 pass attempts. So if we get down to like the realistic 33, maybe 33 to 35 pass attempts on average, you can expect from Mighty Joe Young. Because you got to also add in some rush attempts because he's got wheels. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, hey, I'm not looking at 13 targets on average, that type of target market share for AJ Green. I'm talking about maybe a floor of like 7 to 8 targets a week. And if you can get the double digits, fuck yeah. I'm just saying, they're still meshing on their connection because AJ Green's drawing the best coverage.
It can only get better.
Or he's drawing the best coverage or double coverage. And one thing that Concussion Troy Aikman said, which I thought was actually very, insightful, because I think he's a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? But he said something phenomenal. He said coming out of college, his inside receivers targets like heavily outweighed anything he throws to the perimeter, and
Right.
and the catch percentage was through the roof, like compared to anything in the perimeter. So, and that's the tight ends and the slot guys. So that's exactly what we saw tonight. I'm excited moving forward for just whoever the fuck is a tight end there. Now this is where you can start having no names because they're just gonna get fed. And Tyler Boyd isn't a no name either. Shout out to Tyler Boyd. Everybody that panicked week 1, shut the fuck up because it was a goddamn matchup against the motherfucking Chargers. Now when there was an explodable matchup, we're gonna see it next
Yeah, it was
week.
night and day. They were night and day.
On a short week.
Their approach.
On a
To be
short
honest,
week.
man, I'm not totally in agreement with you. I like that he actually got a garbage TD today, but
That wasn't
from what I
garbage.
saw,
What are you talking
from-
about?
It was
Three touchdowns.
I'm talking about garbage time because they didn't have.
No,
they were
it wasn't
nowhere
garbage
gonna win.
time. They still had a chance.
They weren't gonna make that onside
Listen,
kick and then score in 30 seconds.
no, because probability tells you that, but they're still in the game right there. So that's not garbage
Okay.
time. Garbage time. Garbage time is
retract the
double.
garbage time. But my point is,
garbage time is
my
double
point is
digits.
he may not be
deficits.
the second option anymore because what I saw today was that other guy. Remind me of his name.
Drew Sample.
what's it- Yeah.
Don't say
that's
Michael
the guy.
Thomas. Don't you say fake Michael
No,
Thomas.
T. Higgins. It looked like he was
He
a
got
popular
hurt.
target tonight.
He got hurt.
He came
right
back.
back in now. He
came right back.
Yeah. Still, listen. That's
He was more involved, which was
the arrow's pointing up for sure. And they're gonna run. We're gonna see more 4 wide. We even seen the glimpses of 5. They went 5 wide at one point, because that was LSU shit. Like they needed. It's the same way Andy Reid started doing spread offense for Patrick Mahomes, because that's what he came from in college. A smart coach would do that. So hopefully we'll see this progress. Like arrows are pointing up, and in fantasy, I love that the Bengals defense is trash. Come on, dial it up, throw the rock.
Mighty Joe Young went bananas.
Yes,
All right,
beating his
we're gonna
chest.
go bananas on Sunday. Hey, we're going bananas on Sunday. I can't wait. Week 2 is coming. We're gonna get into it.
Let's get right into it.
Get right into the slate. We're just gonna go through it. All things isms. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
first game on the docket is Atlanta and Dallas. Vegas got the number at Cowboys at -4.5. Talk to me. That's a fun one. That's a fun game.
This is
I got a question. Does Matt Ryan throw 55 times again this game?
54 times.
54.
I say he throws. I say that he's in the ballpark of throwing 40 times at least.
Yeah, you can bank 30, 35. I don't know about 50. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not saying 50. That was an outlier game because even Russell Wilson on the other side of the ball in week 1, he threw for 43 times. So that's a major outlier.
You want to hear an ugly stat? Ryan, 6-14 versus non-divisional opponents.
Yo,
since
hey, whatever you do
2018.
whatever you do right there, you end up covering, and we can't hear you when you do that. So don't do that.
Oh, my bad. I think I know that's my thumb, actually. Yeah, let me move that.
Yeah.
I think it's on the bottom of the...
It's all good. You're
Yes,
you're making your
go
real
ahead.
fantasy Playmakers debut. When you're I like what you're bringing. You're bringing this to the
It's
table.
my
I
first
like
day,
that.
y'all. It's my first day.
No, I love it.
Right.
I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to embarrass you at all. I'm just saying, like, I want them to hear the isms. The
Okay,
Henok
yeah,
isms.
So, yeah. So,
Go ahead, go ahead.
Matt-
Run that by me.
Matt Ryan, some ugly stat right here. 6-14.
Are you talking
win-loss
about record?
Yeah, win-loss record
Oh,
versus non-divisional
yeah.
opponents.
We love that in fantasy.
Atlanta's going to lose. Dallas is going to come out, and they're going to dominate this game in the first half. They're going to be well in control. I don't want to say they're going to be, like, up huge, but it could be like a 17-10 kind of score, 17-7 maybe. And then they're going to get up in the third quarter, fourth quarter, and then Atlanta will come back and get some cheap garbage yards and some points, just like they do.
So
That's
wait.
the defense is
You
trash.
know
Dallas
this is
gonna
the
have to
highest
win with
point
them.
total of the week.
So in other words, you want fantasy managers to stress out for the first 3 quarters and then
That's what
be
you- that's-
delighted at the fourth quarter.
No. Matt Ryan's going to put up yardage and move the ball. 100%.
Yeah.
Will they cash in and score touchdowns? I'm not guaranteed.
Matt Ryan didn't score a touchdown
He
the entire
didn't.
first 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, but listen,
He threw for
you
how many yards?
You can't base it all on that one game. You know what I'm saying? Because but if I was to base things on that one game, he has all the weapons in the world. And this is a team with the Cowboys. First of all, mind you, Vegas has this as the highest point total on the week. So they're expecting points like we are.
That's factually correct.
Like, we are expecting a shootout.
Factually.
And
Factually correct.
I don't care if it's a slow, drawn-out game for the most part, because that's exactly what the Cowboys do. They're going to own time of possession to mask the fact that they have their very own bad defense, just like Atlanta. So expect it to be a back-and-forth game, and I do fully expect the Cowboys to own time of possession. I actually have the Cowboys in this game just to outright win it, but I have the Falcons to cover it. I have the Falcons to cover.
Have you factored in that the Cowboys lost a lot of people to injury last week?
This is listen. Did you hear anything I just said? I said they're gonna own time of possession. They're gonna own time of possession by running the ball, right? That's gonna open up everything in the pass game as well. Against the Atlanta's defense, where you could pretty much do whatever you want. You could run on them, you could pass on them, right? Now, they're going to own time of possession to mask the fact that they have their very own trash defense. And just like you just pointed out, because they lost a lot of their pieces in week 1. So I'm full on
including an old lineman too, a good one for that matter.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Then maybe, the dump offs to maybe the hot reads are going to be more eminent. We're going to see they do run a cover 3 style defense over there in Atlanta. So, you know what I mean? They are going to send a lot of pass rush and bank on their outside coverage. But their outside receivers is Pooper, Scooper, Amari Cooper, and goddamn Michael Gallup. You know what I'm saying? So CeeDee Lamb might have a sneaky big game for the first time in his career.
Russell Wilson, Russell Wilson diced this Atlanta secondary up. Dak Prescott had a pedestrian first game. They lost to the Rams. And they're in the season opener. The Cowboys come out and put it on Atlanta. I'm the only thing I'm worried about is the backdoor cover here. But I'm going to roll with Cowboys. I think they're too strong. I don't know. I think if Dallas controls that time of possession, like you said, an under's in play. But I mean, there is
no. Because if they could have, like, imagine this, they have 6-7 minute drives.
I could see 14-3 at halftime, 17-3.
Okay.
Atlanta's just struggling, but then they Atlanta's gonna come back when it's
I'm not gonna disagree with you with the under, but I am gonna say
not gonna bet it, but
but I am gonna say
I'm taking the Cowboys on this pick.
I'll take the Cowboys money line, but I will take Atlanta to cover the what's the spread again? Run that by me.
4.5.
No. I'm sorry. Not the under over.
4.5.
Oh, 4.5. You did say, okay, right. You said 4.5. Yeah, I think they'll cover that. I think it's a field goal game. Because
I got my money on Atlanta winning, bro.
I like it. Yes, dial it up.
I'm willing to bet any one of you right now on live where we like that we like.
I got you on that. Give me a number offline. I'll take that right now.
Yeah.
The next game on the docket is probably going to be the ugliest game of the day. Buffalo goes to Miami. The Stallion is getting out of the stable. He's going on the road. He's taking on the Dolphins. Finkel is Einhorn.
Okay. I like what you did there. Listen, we'll make this one quick.
Number 6.
Thank you.
Well, the number 6, I think Buffalo covers that number, and I'll take the under. What'd you say it was?
41.
I'll take the under on this because unless my man Ryan Fitzmagic, the Magic Man, with a fresh bag of magic dust, just with a revenge narrative, the team that drafted him. Ooh. But other than that, that's the intangible. But other than that, I'm sticking with my man, the Stallion. To just.
Oh yeah, no. What I saw from Buffalo, I was impressed. They looked like they took a step. That defense is ferocious as expected. I don't think the Magic Man is going to be able to.
Yeah, I know. But like I said,
with New England last week. I mean, he may bounce back, but Buffalo is for real.
Like
Josh
I said,
Allen can do whatever he wants over there now in Buffalo. He has full control, full range. Not saying he's calling audibles, but it seems like he just drops back like 7 yards and then breaks. And that's like they're gonna run
because he's the white Cam Newton, the Stallion.
20 times a game you're gonna see that where he just and then he makes the play off schedule. But
Because he can't even. He's not smart. He doesn't even know how to tell the time. So schedule is non-existent to him.
Stephon Diggs and John Brown are going to be peppered heavily.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he threw it 40-something times, 46 times, I think. Something.
And he finally, and congratulations.
And that's against the Jets. That's not a team you should need to throw it 46 times on.
Well, but also.
The Jets actually, after that first quarter, played pretty tight defense.
Yeah, Greg Williams. It's a Greg Williams-led defense.
Underrated.
Hey,
I got a question that I think a lot of people are going to ask themselves this week. Do you play Singletary? Do you play Moss? Do you play neither?
They're flex worthy, both of them.
Yes, they are industry flex worthy. I'm not playing them. Until I did see Singletary's snap rate count was pretty
60%, 60% versus 40%.
So you can actually get away with it if you need him in there as an RB2 and a flex. But
this is what makes Zach Moss. This is because this is actual coach talk that wasn't coach speak. You catch my drift? Where Sean McDermott came out and said, you know, we let go of Frank Gore and drafted Zach Moss. He's that Frank Gore role. Last season, Frank Gore had more red zone carries than Singletary, and honestly, that's not a lot either because we all know who's calling his number when he's down there in the red. He's a stallion, but he turns into a bull when he sees red. The stallion.
Yeah, Zach Moss, you can expect a 30 to 40% snap share.
And if he ekes a touchdown, he was worth the flex. That's why I say they're both flex worthy. If you have both of them, I'm not going crazy. I'm not going crazy like that.
Volume based.
Yeah.
Not a high scoring offense, but there's enough volume to go around there. So I'm taking Buffalo. Bo.
Yeah. You know what I mean? All right. Hit me with the next game, Goo. Oh, actually, what you got on there, Henok? What you got on that one? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I don't care. I just want to put out that one comment. I don't like that game at all.
Yeah, I love it.
That's one of the more boring games on the slate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's like Joey said.
It's boring to y'all, but anytime I get to talk about my man, Josh Allen the Stallion, the white Cam Newton, just still, right now, still going round and round in circles in that revolving door in some hotel.
When I say boring, I'm not checking my fantasy app for a lot of these players. You know, except for Josh Allen. That's it.
Oh, yeah, but you know what, though? And I will be weary of Diggs and John Brown. They're definitely good.
I think they're matchup proof, right?
I think they're good starts, but I'm just saying, they're good starts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they're bad starts.
Absolutely. We go from a boring game to what should be an exciting game. Tampa Tom takes on Carolina CMC.
Ooh,
all white.
Where's this game, my brother?
This is where it's in Tampa.
Oh, it's in Tampa.
Toronto Open, yeah.
It's Tom Bay. It's Tom Bay. That's dyslexia at its finest.
Tampa Bay.
It's Tampa Bay's first debut in Tampa Bay. Let's go. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
The number is not 8.5 on there.
Okay, bro, I don't know, man. With a hurt Mike Evans though, and a hurt Mike Evans, couple that with a concussed Chris Godwin. Even though he has God and win in his name, he still might miss this game. It looks the arrows are pointing down. He didn't practice yet, so you would need today, Playmakers. When you hear this, it will be a Friday. You gotta hope he got it.
I think he's gonna play.
If he gets into unlimited, there's probably a good chance he plays because normally you'd want a limited on a Thursday and then a full go on Friday in practice, and then you're confident. But in concussion protocol, Saturday is the last cutoff to clear him. I didn't hear anything about the team's doctors clearing him because that's the protocol. Team doctors have to clear you. Then the league specialist, neurologist, wherever it is, they have to clear you. That's on a Saturday. So, keep your eyes on that, Playmakers. Aside from that, there's an X factor. Something that Tom Brady loves that y'all better have picked up if you're a Chris Godwin owner. And I don't even have to tell you nothing about him. I just have to tell you he's white and he's a receiver. His name is Scotty Tuhati Miller. He might be a fucking look out for this kid. And on the other side,
he narrowed it down a whole lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And on the other side of the ball, right? Obviously you're firing up CMC. Don't be afraid to fire up DJ Moore because this is how you attack Tampa Bay through their
You have
secondary.
to play DJ Moore. You have him.
Yeah, that's true because you drafted him maybe late third, early fourth.
You
You know what
stuck
I'm
with
saying?
him for sure.
See, you're not stuck with him. You should be happy. Listen, don't feel all you playmakers out there that are DJ Everett Moore owners. Don't feel discouraged. We haven't seen it yet, but if you are a string bean owner or a string bean truther like myself, my man Robbie Anderson, he's definitely a DFS play. Are you guys would you guys be willing to throw him out there as a
Hell
flex?
yeah. I feel better about Robbie than I do about Moore right now.
My man, the string bean.
I would
Only because Teddy throws a really good, deep, accurate ball, and he's not that type to just pepper people a lot. You know what I mean? He likes throwing a deep ball.
Here's the thing, though. In his 5-week stretch where he started for the Saints, he was just a peppering away at that Michael Thomas. That's why I was so big on DJ Moore. I think we might see a lot of that because that secondary, they're not just bad on perimeter coverage. They're bad out of the slot. You know what I mean?
True.
That's why Manny Sanders, he didn't have the greatest day, but that's where they attacked him with the slot. Manny Sanders out of the slot. Obviously, it probably would have been Michael Thomas, but that was their focal point. And then he got hurt on top of that. So
Want to hear something funny? This is not really relevant, but it's funny. Carolina's lost the last 9 games, bro. The last 9 games.
I love it. So history's on the side. So
they're going to lose 10. They're going to lose 10 in a row.
I'm not crazy to say that. I'm just gonna say that they cover it. I'm gonna take Tampa Bay to cover. They get them by double digits.
I saw a week 2 stat that said I don't know. After a week 1 loss, Tom Brady's week 2 performances are very elite. So.
I seen that stat, Joey. It said
I'm gonna run with that. I'm gonna run with that, and I expect Tampa to come out, and I expect Godwin to play. I think he can come out and get eliminated on Friday, and you're Chris Godwin. You have Godwin in your name. You're playing.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen. Tom Brady's gonna come out and roll. That's the over. The over is the play in this game. 1,000,000%. Tampa, that 8.5. That's a big number. I mean, they should cover it. I would bet that if I'm going to bet either one, but the over I feel strong about for sure over there.
And Tampa Bay's defense was literally their number 1 run defense coming off of last year. They actually limited Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray, Alvin and the Chipmunks in that sense to a degree. You know what I mean? So, but CMC, it's not like you're sitting CMC. CMC is still a threat in the passing game. I think they'll shred. That's going to be their plan of attack is to shred him through the air in every facet. For the receivers, the tight end, and the Christian McCaffrey, the unicorn.
You know what's awesome about C-Mac is if the team is up or down,
he's the unicorn.
He's involved.
Yeah, he's game script proof. Because he's the unicorn. He's the one white running back. He's like he might even be his estranged father might even be Riggins from the Redskins because that's the last other beat up white running back that I could think of, and he was the total this is why I call CMC the unicorn. Not only does he have black swag, what I'm saying, as a player, goddamn, it's passing chops galore, run game galore, bro. It's a unicorn. It's
Joe,
a one of
stat
one.
You mentioned, I remember that stat. It was actually, you're right. I think they put it as Tom Brady never lost his first 2 games in his entire career of a season. Like he's never lost the first 2 games in his whole career.
Hey, DFS, Tom Brady, lock that in. He's coming out guns blazing.
Hey, watch when we get to when we get to the game. I wanted to, I got a lock for DFS in a certain game.
All right, well then let's just move on to the
let's
game,
go. Let's keep moving.
Which would be Denver and Pittsburgh. Jake is no lock in this game. He's a 7.5 point dog against going to Heinz Field to the ketchup bottle. Big Ben is back. I mean, Denver's gonna hang around. I kind of actually like them to cover that number.
Hey man, if Danny Dimes kind of hung around for a second there, that was kind of crazy.
For sure.
And
people, Danny Dimes, I don't think has any punk. We'll see what Jake Lock is if he has any.
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Who's Jake Lock?
Jake Locker is
I'm thinking of Jake Locker.
Jake Locker was actually the former Panthers quarterback, so I can
You know
see
why
why.
I don't remember his
Oh
name?
no,
Because it doesn't matter what his name is.
is Jake Locker? Wait, no, I might that was
Yeah,
Tennessee.
Jake Locker. You're thinking of Jake Locker.
Yeah, that was Tennessee. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
That was
continue.
way back. that
Continue.
was quite a while ago. But,
No, yeah, that was a long. That was a couple, many moons.
yeah, Pittsburgh, they're back. I mean, shit. Now I might be flip-flopping on this one, but go ahead, say something, Alex. I don't know.
I'm
think-
gonna take Pittsburgh. This.
Yeah, me too.
This
Me
was a
too.
slam dunk to me.
I think Drew Lock gets sacked like 3 or 4 times this game. Maybe just pressured. A lot of pressure on him, I think, from the Pittsburgh defense.
No Philip Lindsay. So, and even though it's a rough matchup, you're firing up your Melvin Gordons of the world, because if there is no Philip Lindsay, yeah, you might see some Royce Freeman sprinkled in, but still, like, volume is key for someone like Melvin Gordon, who I don't think is particularly a great talent by any means at that position. But anytime you give him volume, he'll produce in fantasy. You're rolling him out. On the other side, as far as running back, if you're a James Conner owner, man, dude, I hope you have Benny the Snell, because it looks like it might even be a game time decision. Any update on JC James Conner, the Terminator? Come with me if you want to live.
I think he's likely to meet.
Well, practiced in full today.
Okay, so he's a full go.
Removed from the injury report.
So he's a full go. If James Conner is no Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry did just gash them the fuck up. I'm firing up your Jujus of the world. I'm firing up Deontay Johnson's. That secondary is banged up. I don't think there will be any AJ Boye. I think he might even already been ruled out. Maybe you want to fact check me on that one too. Either way, we're gonna really need to see Vic Fangio really get things together as a defensive coordinator, because they're banged up all up and down that Denver defense. You're firing up Noah Fant. I'm not fucking with any tight end from Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
Cortland Sutton, man, it's to each his own. I mean, I don't want to play an injured Cortland Sutton unless if I have a better option maybe not necessarily a better option, just someone with a better matchup that's healthy. Like if I had Scotty Miller and for some reason, and then they rule out Chris Godwin, I would rather play Scotty Miller than a Cortland Sutton. That's just where I stand.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a soldier's brain now, bro. I mean, I don't think
okay, listen.
And it's been over a week. Like, he's got to be fine, dude.
Well, yeah, and they'll probably hit him with a cortisone shot.
It looks like he's trending in the right way for Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton's going to play. I'm just saying, though, it doesn't mean he's going to get a full complement of snaps, neither.
No, yeah, I guess you're right. It's not a guarantee.
And he could be at decoy status. I mean, that's why I'm just being wary, because AC joint is a legit injury. Like, you can't barely lift your hands over your shoulder. Like, you can't lift your hands over your shoulders. You're going to have to T-Rex catch it. You know what I mean? Like a T-Rex or an alligator catches. You remember young Vernon Davis, Steamboat, how he used to catch the ball?
Right.
Yeah, he would like alligator hands. No, just body catch it, but like
dropping everything.
Yes, exactly. I'm just saying though, like that's what happens when a receiver has an AC joint. You feel me? So, but yeah, and then Jerry Jeudy, continue to have fun. I saw some flashes, and it's not like he's nothing but a flex for you guys anyway, playmakers. Because you got him in double-digit rounds. So if you want to test that matchup, I guess I'm not suggesting it. But if you want to have fun, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, Judy's gonna get. He's the best receiver. He's gonna be better than Sutton. Give it time, but maybe not this year. Maybe not this year. Maybe not this year. Maybe next year.
So we're talking 2021.
Better than Cortland Sutton. I'm just saying. I'm talking about for the team. So he's a better receiver. He can get open. Sutton's just more of a body. I mean,
I really think Sutton is just unappreciated and underestimated by a lot of fans.
Shout out to my man, fantasy fornicator, Smoking Jay himself. He brought this stat to my attention. He said in 5 starts, the 5 starts that Drew Lock had with Cortland Sutton and Noah Fant, mind you, like just those two in the lineup, right? Like Cortland Sutton only broke the top 36 receiver ranks in those weeks one time. Now you couple that with the fact that he didn't even get to start the year with Drew Lock. The rapport is being built with Jared Jeudy. I've said Jerry Jeudy, I won't be surprised if he has more receptions and yardage at the end of the year than a Cortland Sutton.
No, I wouldn't either. That's why that Cortland.
It's only been one game. It's only been one game, but one game is like, you know what I mean?
One
like,
game that Cortland Sutton wasn't in.
That puts game Cortland Sutton's behind.
Hey, he can produce. I'm not saying he's been in the league longer. You know what I'm saying? So the rookie curve is real for any rookie, unless you're Saquon or a Zeke or somebody. You know what I mean? Elite like that.
I mean, but isn't Cortland in his third year? Like, right, third year, something like that.
Yeah,
but also,
I understand that he's going to be better this year.
And when you look at the offensive coordinator that's in the position, the system in play is a Pat Shurmur system. In recent history, we've seen him over there with the likes of the goddamn New York Giants last year. The slot receiver tends to eat more than the outside receiver, and in this case, that is Jared Jeudy.
Well, I just want to say, just to defend Cortland Sutton a little bit, you know, last year was his sophomore year, and he made it to the Pro Bowl. And he has to have.
Yeah, shout out to Case Keenum. Shout out to Case
team.
Keenum where he had most of his production.
How many
with
people turned down the Pro Bowl for him to get in there? That's what I want to know. We're going to move on to the next game. We're going to go to Green Bay, where they are 6.5-point favorites against the Lions.
I think this is an easy one we can smash fast too.
Smash it then.
I'll just say,
the Bears suck.
Read the
So do
numbers.
the Giants.
Read the numbers though. Read the numbers.
6.5-point favorites for the Packers, 49.5 on the number.
What you guys got on that?
I'll say, man, they look good, man. They look good. I like what I've seen from them. They look confident. They went 13-3 with a rookie head coach and a new system. I mean, they don't look like they're perfecting their craft right now. I may be overreacting mildly, but I'm all in on Green Bay as being a really, really good team this year. So
on
Green
offense.
Bay, smash. On offense, yeah. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. Matthew Stafford, he's going to put up the numbers. He's going to throw it. But are his guys going to catch it in the end zone? That's I don't know.
I don't know if I can.
Shout out DeAndre Swift.
You guys will be hearing this on a Friday. Monitor, see if Kenny G can get into any type of practice. You know what I'm saying? That means he hasn't yet. So, but if he does today, Playmakers, he might be a go because they're only going to put him out there if he's ready to go. And this is why I say this. Right now, the entire league is exercising the short-term IR, which is 3 weeks. So when you have a soft tissue injury, they'll just put you on a short-term IR. They didn't do that with him. So that means he's not far away from coming back. You get what I'm saying?
Very true. I like that. I like that thought process there.
Yeah.
He did not practice till Thursday. If he practices tomorrow, that's a good time.
Today, because today is Friday when they hear this. Yeah.
Yes, if he practices Friday, that would be a good time. But I wouldn't bank on Kenny Galladay playing.
Me neither. I'm just saying, like,
that's such a risky play. So
if he does, though, if that's the disclaimer, if he does practice, and that means, and then he does play, don't be afraid to start him. Because that means
Adrian Peterson startable in the spot.
Is he
anything in the Lions backfield? Let me ask that.
Oh, I like DeAndre Swift. He played 40% of the snap count, and he was legit the what is it called? The pass catching back. He's the third down running back. Legit. And we would be having a different conversation about DeAndre Swift if he didn't drop that perfectly perfectly placed pass by Matthew Stafford for the game winner.
Absolutely.
The only thing I don't like, CJ Bogart, about that is
who is this CJ you speak of?
It just seems like any team Adrian Peterson goes to, the running backs just become non-fantasy relevant over there. Like, he just brings the value of them down.
But it's one thing you're not going to change about the live living legend of Adrian Peterson is he's not a pass catcher. They will. We come on. Between the three of us, we know this is a game where Green Bay is smashing. So I'm saying DeAndre Swift is a flex. I'm gonna do it personally in my one.
He's gonna channel his inner Theo Riddick.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit, bro.
As for Green Bay, Lazard or MVS? Are you firing any of them up?
None of them. DFS plays, or maybe if you're in a deeper league, 14 and up, yeah. But and that's just the flex. You know what I'm saying? But DFS at best, It's Adams or Jones or bust.
I like that. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're all unanimous on Green Bay.
Hit me with the next game, Goo.
This is the Rams and the Eagles in Philly. So pick them basically. Rams are 1-point favorites, and the number's 45. Malcolm Brown came in, put a stamp on that Rams backfield. Cooper Kupp didn't show up.
Go.
Robert Woods did Bobby Woods things.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, he did Bobby Woods things by getting stopped at the 2-yard line and not getting a touchdown.
Exactly.
That's Bobby Woods back.
Woods
Yeah, go ahead.
Still on par there. I mean, the Eagles look like a fucking mess. Miles Sanders is going to play in this game.
Whoa, let's go, Miles.
I mean, what's your take here? I mean, I got the Rams.
I got the Rams.
Fuck the Eagles because they just.
I got the Rams,
and
they're gonna Swiss cheese the fuck out of Carson Wentz in that offensive line, bro. Like, listen, fun fact: the Redskins front, and I forget where I heard this or read it. I don't know because I'm all over the place. But the Redskins blitzed more times in one game against who did they play against the Eagles? More than the entirety of the 2019 season for the Niners. That's crazy. Riverboat Ron is just like, we're firing. You know what I mean? Let's go. These players, they're, mind you, okay, going to the Redskins. Man, come on, Aaron Donald, bruh. You know what I mean? Aaron Donald's going to destroy that wounded ass, non-existent line. Far as fantasy goes, I'm only fucking, when it comes to the Eagles, I'm only fucking with Miles Sanders, because he's making his 2020 debut, and I hope it's great. And I'm not afraid to start him, because obviously where you drafted him, you're starting him, Playmakers. If we're wrong, we're all wrong together. But with that type of pressure, it's going to be a lot of dump-offs. You know what I'm saying? Miles Sanders is a do-it-all back. Hopefully, if he's not going to get yards on the ground as much, he's going to save his day with the PPR goodness. You know what I'm saying? Getting them receptions. Outside of Miles Sanders, Zach Ertz, you're firing him up, Playmakers. And for those of y'all that had the wherewithal to either draft Dallas Goedert or even pick him up,
he has
God and dirt in his name. And God made dirt, and dirt don't hurt. That's a good one.
I only got two things to say about this game. I'll make it real fast.
Let's go.
Please do. Please do.
So, yeah, because I don't care about this game either. Philly's beat up bad, right? Injury-wise, am I wrong? They're like really beat up.
Their offensive line, yeah, and their receivers, yes.
They are supposed to be getting Lane Johnson back.
Let's go. Let's go. But see, notice how I didn't say anything about starting Carson Wentz. You know what I mean?
No, you gotta get away from that situation.
Yeah, I just but see that Lane Johnson
and maybe Goddard because he only has God and dirt in his name.
Yeah, but God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. You know what I'm saying?
The second thing I wanted to say is I feel like a lot of fantasy managers are asking themselves this week, do I fucking play Brown
or Cam?
Or not? Or Cam, or just who wins out of the two?
If you got them, you're flexing them. If you got both, good luck. Flip a coin.
In my 14-team league, I'm doing it.
Both. Yeah, but that's a 14-team league and you're flexing one of them. Okay with that. Totally fine with that.
I'm actually doing that, Playmakers.
I'm going to say this. It's a very, very poor version of Kareem Hunt and
listen,
and Nick Chubb.
It's the homeless man's version.
Because I just don't think Cam Akers is really, really going to run away.
That's the real question, Joe.
But also too because the Eagles front, Eagles is not a bad defense. Eagles are not a bad run defense either, though. That's on top of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, pick one then. Pick one.
Okay, for example,
it would be Brown. It would be Brown.
It's Brown because a lot of people picked him up this week. Do you play him?
Yeah, it would be Brown.
I would.
It would be Brown.
I would play Brown over Akers.
Now, where do you put him? In a flex only, or does he deserve?
Depends on your roster construction. You know what I mean? If you're beat up, you
listen.
play him as an
If you got
100%
of people that have Malcolm Brown either drafted him as a cuff for Cam Akers because that's what they were assuming it was going to be, that Cam was a starter and he was the cuff, or they just picked him off the waivers. So he's 100% he's in flex conversation. And most of our listeners are 12 team.
He's a starter.
10 teamers.
He's for sure
Yes.
a starter, worthy of flexing.
There it is. Hit me with the next game, Goo.
Oh, we go to the Dome where Minnesota and the Vikings.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. They take on Philip Rivers.
You do that shit hella funny.
His linemen.
I'm
All 8 of his
Minnesota.
linemen. I'm sorry. Minnesota Vikings
I don't you know.
and the Marlon Macklis Colts. The number's 3. The Colts are favored by 3, and the number's 49. So they like some points over here.
Wow. That
Well, the
was
Viking
good.
defense is trash, right?
Hey, give me Minnesota on the money line.
I
And
think,
I
yeah,
can't
for sure.
walk with it while you're at it.
No,
Hey,
no,
listen.
no.
I think Minnesota will take
Win.
this game outright.
Wins. I bet.
Can we
Hold on.
bet? Can we bet live right now on this?
Go ahead. Let's go. I want to hear you guys bet.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah.
Because that's 2 different games, right? He has Atlanta, you have Cowboys, and now you want Colts, and then he wants the Vikings. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm taking the dog in
You
this
feel
one.
me?
I'm taking the under. I'm not buying Indy being able to close. They just lost to Jacksonville. I mean, yeah, no.
My bet is based on the
Minnesota
Minnesota defense.
But I actually like
terrible.
Minnesota's offense, how they showed up, they threw it. So this might be a little bit of a shootout over here, but I like Corky Kirk this week in Minnesota. I think Dalvin Cook has kind of a big game here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
maybe Madison might even
Listen.
Matt, vulture one.
Everybody,
Steelers,
everybody, just let's go back in the short time machine real quick. I was telling everyone, be aware of this. Like, Dalvin Cook, under Gary Kubiak specifically, he's going to run a timeshare. Of course, Dalvin Cook's going to have 65, maybe even 70% of it, but he's not going to have the 86% snap share that he had last season under Stefanski. You know what I mean? But under Stefanski was still under Kubiak's tutelage. Mind you, the reason I point this out is because Kubiak was there just watching, like the all-seeing eye. And they want to make a long run, so they know Alexander Madison has to get more involved. You know what I mean? And we've seen that in week 1. Also, too, mind you, a lot of these committees or timeshares that we've seen in week 1 could also just because they're kind of letting their guys getting into game shape. So maybe we do see that 70% snap share for Cook this week. Or maybe even 75, starts getting close to the Cook we're used to. But yes, I expect a big game out of Cook. On the other side with the ball, it's going to be hard to run on the Vikings, but that fucking Indy line mashes, bro. They're going to be able to withstand a lot of the pressure. And they're also gonna be able to push back a lot of these motherfuckers in run blocking, and they do run some zone over there, bro. Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines, they're both in my top 24. They're both high-end RB2s to me. PPR. I mean, literally, Philip Rivers just took what he came from and brought it over there behind a good line. Because I thought Philip Rivers dumping off to the running back so much with the Chargers was a direct correlation of the pressure coming through their bad line he had. Now behind a good line, he was just still going with his hot reads. He went 100% completion rate again when he targeted the running backs. That's crazy. Marlon Mack 8 for 8. Jonathan Taylor 6 for 6. I'm not saying it'll be perfect, but that's where he's going.
What do you got?
Who do I got? I'm taking the Vikings outright. I want to go crazy. I'm taking this to be a lower scoring game, and I'll take the Colts to cover that 3. Is it 3 or 3.5?
You just said you got the Vikings out.
Yeah.
The Vikings winning money line.
Both sides, bro.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
I said the
it's
Vikings
not-
money line. I know what I said. I said the Vikings money line, and then I said what's the number? +3 Vikings. What is it?
The Vikings are
Minus. What is it?
No, +3.
Yeah, so I had it right. Yeah. Oh, they're not gonna cover that 3. Oh yeah, they might lose by 2 or 3. That 3. If they was 3.5, that would have been so great. I thought you said 3.5.
No, +3.
Yeah, I'm just saying because I think it could be a field goal game. This is gonna be 2 teams trying to run like shit.
Yeah,
Both
I
these-
just think the
but
Minnesota
both these
defense
teams-
is just lousy. That's all. And I
both
feel
the-
like at the end of the day,
their secondary
they're
is
not going to
lousy.
be able to.
You know what? I'm gonna stay away from the spread on this one. I'm just gonna take the money line on Vikings,
Gotcha. That's
and I'll take the under. I'll take the under.
They're the underdogs there. So okay, we go to Chicago for the next game. Giants and Bears. Bears are 5.5 point favorites. Trubersky.
Damn! Wait. So hold on. Rewind this. Wait a second. They're playing in Indy.
Yes.
Oh, and you said plus, so they're the underdogs.
Yeah, you took the money line.
Oh yeah, I'll
That's
take the money line, and I'll take them to cover that 3. I think they win by a touchdown. Now, fuck that.
What game are we on? My bad.
No, I just wanted to specify my answer because I was under the impression they were in Minnesota.
Minnesota is getting 3.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then I stick with my original answer. See, I'm confusing. You know what it is?
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. All right. Go
Paris
ahead.
Campbell, are you firing up Paris Campbell?
Of
Yes,
course.
you are, aren't you?
Of course.
Flex worthy, wide receiver 3.
Like wide receiver 3 at best, solid floor. Maybe he gives you a 9-10 point floor in a deeper leagues. Love him. T.Y. Hilton, he's good for a big one. You know, against this Minnesota secondary, because you could stretch the field on them. But and other than that, you know, obviously Adam Thielen, you know, shout out to the white boy and
Thielen, Cook, and Cousins.
Yeah, that's
in
it.
a super flex.
And I'm starting Cousins too. Let's go in one of my 2 QB leagues, not even a super flex. 2 QB.
That's how we do it. We are going to Chicago. Where true Danny Dimes versus Mitch.
Ooh, the Bear versus the Snitch.
5.5 point favorite.
Mitch,
Bears.
we're calling this game Mitch versus the Snitch.
I like that one.
That was ignorant as fuck. I like it too. Go ahead, hit me up. My bad. I'm
I
turned.
kind of like the Giants in the spot a little bit. I might be an apologist. I don't know, but the Bears, they got lucky. I won't say got lucky, but they stole it in the end. Give me the Giants to cover this 5 and play kind of tight. Play kind of tight in this game. I like what I've seen from the Giants and Danny Dimes, and against Pittsburgh. I consider Pittsburgh an elite defense, as I've said.
Danny Dimes showed up against that defense.
That performance was under the sleep on. They didn't have Golden Tate. He might be playing this week.
Danny Dimes going to turn that ball over a few times for sure.
He's good for
No,
one.
but I'm just saying that doesn't knock anything you're saying. I like it. Like, he's good for that.
Is he part of the pick? No, he's not part of the pick six.
He's the turnover. We keep denying his application. Yo, let him throw a pick 6 or 2, and he's in the pick 6 club for sure. You know what I mean? Shout out to
What's the over under on this game?
That's a 42 point number, which is not very high.
I have a feeling this
I'll
game
take
is
the
a
under.
very low scoring game,
Yep.
too. I'll take the under there.
Adrian Peterson just ran all over the Bears, right? And now they're gonna face Saquon Barkley. James Conner left the game with an ankle, and then Benny the Snail, who I call him the Snail because that's how he looked like me last year. He looked like a fucking snail running the ball, but now he looks spry. He put up 100 plus on the ground, correct? Against the Giants?
Correct.
Right?
Plus 19
So,
would be, I believe.
so Monty Burns, it's actually in my top 24. He's going to run all over them, or they're going to try to. And on the other side, Saquon's going to try to do the same thing too. So I like the under. Obviously A-Rob, obviously Miller, obviously have fun with the most efficient receiver in the game. The most efficient receiver in the game. The cornerback slayer himself, because that's his new nickname, Darius Slayton.
Is Darius Slayton a wide receiver too the rest of the year?
Yeah, as long as he has Russell Wilson-like efficiency at the receiver position, yeah. Bro, he'll get like 4 targets and he might have 2 touchdowns. Like, that's how he's been doing this his whole fucking career so far.
I don't like players like that, though.
I know, but still, though, every so often there's Doug Baldwins of the world. Every so often there's there's help me out here, Goo. Who else? Some guys that would just always produce.
Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett, yeah. But see, and of course, naturally, it's guys that were connected to the most efficient fucking quarterback in the last fucking 4 years. You know what I mean? As far as
I like Slayton. I like Slayton. I think that was a bit of his ceiling, obviously, but. I mean, he's a deep ball, catcher there.
But when they used him in the red zone the way they did too, that's why I'm like, whoa, like that's an eyebrow raiser.
Yeah,
absolutely. Evan Ingram has. I mean, they got options over there, so I think that it'll be a little bit game plan based.
Hey,
yeah, so we'll see over there, but they're gonna throw it, that's for sure. And I like the way that Danny's throwing them dimes right now. He's snitching like a motherfucker
all over the field. Like Tekashi 6'9". And if you guys have Danny Dimes, that means you drafted him. So you go ahead and don't be afraid to play him. Also with my man Mitchell the Truth Bisky. I'm the only man in the world that'll call him that because everybody hates him. And I love you, Mitchell. Your Christmas card's in the mail. But he's a streaming option. In Superflex, I'm actually playing him over Carson Wentz this week, so I'm that okay with. I wasn't gonna say that certain or anything. I said that okay. I'm that okay with starting him there too. Super flex and streaming.
Yeah, you got to write off that game. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
I got Giants and Barkley winning with a really good game from Barkley.
I like it. Dial it up.
I just want to say Khalil Mack, Robert Quinn, and Akeem Hicks all beat up from last week. Some may not even play. We'll see. They may all play, but definitely beat up.
I like that.
Whereas the Giants,
That's great.
Giants is looking healthy.
That is great. That is great information for the playmakers there, Henok. We need shit like that because that's what we bring to the real fantasy playmakers. Okay, hit me with the next game, Goo.
We go to the Meadowlands, which I don't think it's actually in the Meadowlands anymore, but our Niners flying cross country.
Bang bang.
We're giving away 7 points to Fireman Ed's Jets.
This is crazy because this is the one time the Jets got they got not only a way banged up lack of talent Niners, like lack of talent as far as weapons, like as far as availability. Like we might have if George Kittle plays, he's banged up. If we don't have Debo, we got brand new Mohammed. Shout out to my man the Muslim. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. You know what I'm saying? He knows the system. I think we'll be able to plug and play him against a weak secondary. He's a crazy-ass DFS play this week. You're firing up Raheem Radio. My man, Mustard on a bead, ho. You're firing him up, obviously. You're Jimmy G.
Kittle playing?
Kittle, if he plays, like I said, he'll play and he'll be banged up.
Not practicing at all this week.
But they said, they literally
he can't
said,
play though without practicing.
Yeah, and because they did this with him all the time in his whole entire career. He's been getting veteran treatment like he's a veteran as a youngster. You know what I mean? Like anytime he's banged up, they're like, "You're good. You know the playbook." You know what I mean? He doesn't need to practice. But like I said, if you have him and he plays, yeah, you're gonna start him. If you don't have any other good backup tight end, you willing to pick up Jordan Reed, fellas, and go crazy?
I mean, is there any Jets player you're comfortable starting in this game? Really? Like, do you want to start any of them?
You want to hear the craziest intangible that I don't want to see, like fucking fuck us up, just randomly, like this intangible the universe brings, is Le'Veon Bell's hurt. So Frank Gore is named the starter in a revenge narrative. Don't do it to me, Frank the Tank.
There's a lot of revenge.
The only people that care about that narrative are us, people in the Bay.
Yes, no, but listen though, these are things I pay attention to because when crazy shit that, like you said, people that aren't from the Bay, they won't think about that shit. When I see if I see Frank Gore going off on us on some super random shit, because I'm not expecting it, but I'm just saying, I'd be like, God damn it, the revenge narrative.
I gave you earlier offline about one receiver who played every single snap for his team.
Yeah, Denzel what's his name? Brashad, the Frenchman. Brashad.
It feels like a spot here where with Sherman out, He's on the IR for at least 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, they're going to take their shots. I mean, the Jets, they're an absolute dumpster fire, but it just feels like they're going to be able to kind of do something. We don't blitz a lot. Buffalo seemed like they were, like, as soon as they snapped the ball, by his second step, Sam Darnold was already, like, running for his life. So, I mean, we are a good defense, and I say we. The Niners are a good defense, but, like...
You're low-key the best defense right now.
Yes, but I don't think the pressure is going to be that hot on him instantly. Guys get home for the Niners, but, like... We don't blitz. Buffalo was blitzing. Mm-hmm. I don't have any kind of numbers to back that up, but they were coming at what's his name? Sam Darnold. Yeah, that's why it was bad. But
they got a Cardinals. They got an Eagles level offensive line right now over there in New York with the Jets.
Yeah, it's bad. We're gonna get to them. It's gonna be a long day for Sam, but he will be able to. The Niners should be up, so we can get some cheap numbers in the end, but. It's bad over there for the Jets, but yeah, they will take their shots, I think, in this one.
I'm not surprised if the under hits on this. But I'm not surprised if the under hits, but I think Jimmy G is a great streaming option, though. I don't give a fuck if he has no weapons, because that's how bad I think the Jets are. Fuck them.
Ayuk is practicing, so
let's go.
Playing.
He'll be on a snap count if he plays. Listen, when you know the system. And, like, for example, last year, we need a receiver. What we do? This is Denver. Yes, we want
Emmanuel. We might not see too much of Sanu if Ayuk is fully in there.
Listen. Hold on.
He'll be in there getting snaps. I don't think he'll be heavily involved.
This was the phone call. They called Denver last year. We need a receiver, motherfuckers. You got our former quarterback's coach. He's your OC. You got Emmanuel Sanders. So now he's familiar with the terminology in our system. Boom, we trade for him in the middle of the week. Bam, he's in there Sunday at the home game in Levi's playing against the Panthers. He's scoring the touchdowns already. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Mohamed Sanu, he balled out in that system. It's not far-fetched that he comes through against a really bad secondary and he can make an impact immediately. He might not play the full complement of snaps, but it's the same way with an Ayuk. Ayuk missed the whole camp essentially. If he plays, he's at a very limited capacity. Everyone needs to step up. Jerick McKinnon, he's probably a DFS. He's a DFS play. I wouldn't suggest flexing him unless you're like in a 14-team league or some shit like that. But
no.
I'm not even doing that either. No.
They might get a cheap touchdown to make you'd be wrong that way, but there's not enough. There can be enough volume there.
Like I said, DFS.
We're not here to handle them.
I'm saying with no receiving options.
Niners, like you said.
We got to get to one-on-one. Hey, God, hey, listen, football gods forbid.
The Jets, no, it's not going to be the Jets that embarrass us. No, I'm sorry.
Because, listen, if the Browns are at 500, we better be too.
We are moving on. We are not giving the Jets as much attention. We're going to Tennessee.
Shout out to my man, Turn Up the Jets.
Apparently, we're not going to get much attention either. Talk to me. Quick hitters on this one.
Who's this one again?
Tennessee. Jacksonville. The number's 7.5 for Tennessee.
Listen, all I got. I'm gonna take the under on this game. And I hate it because I should have looked at the line before I went with Burrow, with Minshew over Burrow in one of my leagues. But either way, my man Minshew the Ginsu, razor sharp swag. You know I couldn't really quick hit her on this one because I got to give him the full intro. You know what I mean? Minshew mania, sweeping the nation. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, he is playing Tennessee. That's right. My bad. Minshew mania playing the Titans. They're gonna lose time of possession for sure to the other side of the ball. So I expect Minshew throwing a ton in a comeback effort the whole entire game. I'm taking Tennessee. I'm willing to start both Shenault. I mean, obviously my man Chark Knight, willing to flex Shenault. James Robinson, he's a flex because he's just a volume play. He's the only one in that backfield. Chris Thompson, he might be sprinkled in here and there, not buying into it that much. On the other side, Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Jonnu Smith, Tannehill. But are you guys going crazy with a Corey Davis flex? Or is he just DFS?
I need to see it one more week. It's a good matchup.
So he's just DFS
for sure, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't play him over a lot of people.
Actually, a lot of people, maybe he's not DFS because a lot of people are going to chase that, and he might be high percentage owned. You don't want that.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be up, but I'm not. I need to see it one more week before I really believe it's anything. But
he was definitely a good pickup to speculate. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Gotta grab him. We're moving on from that game because that's a trash game. Tennessee should roll. Jacksonville, you got your win last week.
Besides the fact you got my man Gardner Minshew, the Ginsu, razor sharp swag. Okay, continue.
Yes, we go to Arizona where the Cardinals take on the football team from Washington.
Name. Very shitty name, man. Not an analyst comment, but shitty name. It's a terrible. Anyways, go ahead.
They put a lot of thought into it. I think you're being harsh on it.
Well, listen, they're in a division.
I think you're being sarcastic.
I called this on one of our Run Boys After Dark shows, man. Over there at the Run Boys Fantasy Network. Be sure to subscribe, Playmakers, if you haven't already. But yeah, there was a point where I brought up the fact that if they call them the New York football, what do they call it? The New York Football Giants. What do they call them?
Yeah. That's exactly
right. I say, why can't they just be the Washington football team? And they actually name them that shit. Fucking insane. Anyway,
I heard a name that I thought was much better. It was what was it again? Washington Redskin Potatoes. That would have been.
That was so burnt. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, just a big middle finger to no.
Hey, first of all, fun fact: Playmakers Redskin Potatoes. That's how you make the best ever mashed potatoes. Always use Redskin potatoes. Anyways, and that's a fact. Okay, so check this out. Man, Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Drake, maybe DFS or flex Chase Edmonds. Flex as in deeper leagues. On the other side, Terry McLaurin. Is that it?
I think Haskins is a.
Think you're worried if you're a McLaurin on it too.
Yeah, he's gonna get. Hey, you know what though? I'll give him props. He played phenomenal against Darius Slay. He went 5 for like 70 or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's the focal point of that passing game for sure. So I mean, you got to play him. But
other than that, I mean, like, and Antonio Gibson. I mean, hey, if you guys are crazy, you want to flex him. Like, here's one thing: Antonio Gibson. There was one play. Because first of all, I'm not fucking with no J.D. McKissick or anything like that. And Bryce Love, for all you Bryce Love's truthers, he was a healthy scratch. Now, with all that said, Antonio Gibson, no love. And Antonio Gibson, he's a guy who literally is one of the rawest talents. You know, like literally totaled 70 touches coming out of college, but his measurables are like Jonathan Taylor status. Runs a 4.3, 220 plus pounds, 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? Or 5'11", whatever it is. Just phenomenal. Beast. But raw at the talent. It was so raw that last week he had one where he was breaking around the edge and he tripped over Terry McLaurin. And it would have been and Terry McLaurin was blocking for him. It would have been a 60-yard house call, but you know what I mean? That's just rookie shit, raw shit. But I'm just saying, if you want to flex him, you know, so be it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be mad at you because that could have been. He could have been in the J.K. Dobbins and Josh Kelly.
I forget. Was there a single player that went? I really forget. Was there a single player that went off in Washington last week as far as fantasy?
It was legit a team effort. You know what I mean? Like Logan.
The defense went off.
Yeah, the defense went off.
Sure,
Logan Thomas had a touchdown. You know what's funny is one of the greatest game managers in the game, Alex. Shout out to Alex Smith. He's there advising Dwayne Haskins now, and like Dwayne Haskins had a really safe game. Like Alex Smith was there telling him what not to do. You know what I mean? See that kind of crazy?
Yeah. Don't go out there and break a leg. Yeah.
No, he goes. It's fucked up. He tells him break a leg for good luck, but he really means it so he can get the starting job.
Hey, I'm gonna take Washington to cover the 7 here. I think that defense is real. Obviously, Arizona got a big win against the Niners. This is a kind of, I feel like, a little bit of a letdown spot where 7 points can easily be covered. Arizona
good, on the money line though.
Arizona. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I think, for sure, but
Yeah, for
there's
sure.
no value there. I wouldn't really bet
No,
that.
I'm just saying though, like outright, yeah. I think
Yeah,
Washington.
that should be the winning bet. But,
Here's the thing too,
yeah,
though,
I'd
man.
take the
Buda
7.
Baker, crazy, bro. Chandler Jones, fucking crazy, dude. Like, then the rookie, like Patrick Peterson, like their defense is, it's kind of crazy, bro. Like, I will say this though, and it's Vance Joseph, who's very aggressive. Vance Joseph, he's a product of what's old boy from the Vikings, Zimmer. He's a product of Zimmer, so he loves to send pass rush. Haskins might be in for a long day. I kind of like the Redskins or the red potatoes. What are they called again? The football team. I kind of like them.
Potatoes.
And I call them potatoes. Fucking Henok got it. I got them I kind of like them to cover. I like how you got them to cover. So I'm gonna backpack you on that one, Steamboat. And I will say, Washington gets scored on perimeter receivers like for every 8 passes in the past couple years. Some shit. I think I heard this on the Footballers. Some like every 8 pass attempts to the perimeter, they score a touchdown on the Washington Redskins defense. And with them like just sending all kind of crazy pass rush, and then you look at someone like Nuke Skywalker, who not only has the force, but he's like one of the greatest perimeter receivers that's playing the game right now. That's why I love the bold call of the Redskins to cover, but I'm just gonna say Arizona's gonna cover that. What is that? 8, 7?
7 points.
Yeah, I think they covered it. I think it's a double-digit win. Fuck it, I'm going with that.
Before we move on, I just want to say I don't know as much as the analytical stuff as my colleagues
No, but
Joey
I like your
and
gut
Bogart
feeling
do.
shit.
But what I'm about to say is really just whatever. But I'm on their injury list right now. Just looking at who's injured, right? And again, I click on one tab, it says Carter. I click on the other tab, it says football team. Again, I'm just sorry, not an analyst comment. Stupid name, very stupid name. So, yeah.
It's the most
Message
politically correct name I've ever heard. They literally play football. They're a team. They are the football team.
It's like Joey. Remember, Joey, the other day you were telling me how it's kind of lazy when someone has a football
I don't
fantasy
know
football
anyone
name.
by that name.
Right. So my name is Henok, right? If I name my fantasy football team Henok's team, it just sounds like I'm sorry. It's lame.
Oh, wow.
Listen,
wow.
I have happened to have read the book of Enoch, which is where your name derives from. I think anything with the name Enoch or Henok sufficed.
All right, so
True.
here's what the reality is.
You like how I knew the ism about your name, though.
There's 2 minutes left. We're going to burn through this. We're in the 2-minute drill. We're going to burn through a few games. You're going to say something quick. We're going to move the fuck on. That's how this is going to go. Baltimore, Texans.
Baltimore.
Go.
Baltimore.
Anything there. Dolphins. You playing Dolphins.
Flex. Fuck it.
Texans.
Chase it.
Brandon Cooks. You playing Brandon Cooks.
No.
Get him out of here.
Drop him even and
Deshaun
let
Watson.
someone else pick him up.
Confident start on Deshaun Watson.
You got to start him. You drafted him where you drafted him. He's a winner. He's
Deshaun
black.
Watson or Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers.
All right, we're moving on. Kansas City, Chargers. Set 9 points.
Yeah.
We need to say this.
Kansas City.
We might see Herbert in this one.
Kansas.
Fire them all up. Patriots, Seahawks. 4-point favorites for the Seahawks.
I love N'Keal Harry as a flex this week, and I probably shouldn't have said that because I'm trying to trade for N'Keal Harry from Henok right now. Aside from that, it's obviously Julian Edelman. I'm not touching any of the running backs. I'm prepared to be wrong about it because one of them is going to eat. On the other side of the ball, I mean, obviously Superman. Started Superman. On the other side of the ball, it's Chris Carson. It's Russ Wilson.
All of them. Fire
all of them.
BK Russ and Greg Olsen. You give me the touchdown dart throw.
Hey man, I mean, Shit, DFS.
We're moving on there. But yeah, okay, 4-point favorite for Seattle though. Who do you think to cover?
I'm taking Seattle. I mean, I'm gonna take New England to cover it. I think it's a field goal game. Is that close? As in, like, they could win by 3. In Seattle, Russell Wilson in the regular season undefeated against Bill Belichick's Patriots. But now Cam Newton might have something to say about that. Still, I'm going with history.
I like that. Henok, you got anything on this one?
I agree with CJ for the fact that it's going to be a close game. Real close.
Bogard, goddammit.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
And they're not really called the Washington Redskin potatoes. Right? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
They're
Coming from a black man, you're an actual African American gentleman. Come on. That's the whole reason they changed the name.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you. We
digress. We go to Monday night.
I love their shitty name. Okay.
Drew Brees goes to Vegas. He's hitting the strip with Chucky.
Saints.
Saints 5.5-point favorites.
Cover.
Michael Thomas probably not going to play. I like that god awful.
Do you start Traquan Smith? Yes or no?
DFS.
Sure.
Yeah.
He played. Yeah. Thomas is out. It's going to be, I think, a heavy dose of Kamara and
Manny. And Manny Sanders, Colonel Sanders himself, heir to the KFC empire, dial him up.
He should step into that role, but I did notice that he didn't play a ton of snaps. Snap percentage
still
was
learning
the
system.
Still learning. He still may be learning week 2, so it may be heavily leaned on the people that already know the playbook.
Jared
Cook
Cook
expand his role, but I don't know if they're going to be able to count on him. You can count on Cook. You can count on Kamara. You can maybe get Traquan may catch. You have to catch the touchdown.
He has to catch the big one, not just the touchdown. The big one.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
he's their Ted Ginn.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is playing. Other than that, Raiders, Waller.
Yeah, Waller, Jacobs.
What's up with Kamara again? So something going on with Kamara, right?
Is there?
No, he's just. I think Kamara. First of all, Kamara ran into one of the best run defenses in the game last week. And on top of that, he was a week removed from getting a fucking epidural. So, you know what I mean? That's probably why. Either way.
I've heard people say that they think the game script for New Orleans is going to change drastically because no Michael Thomas, their entire approach is going to be different.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Michael Thomas is slants all day, and he's out the slot all day. They can do that with Manny Sanders, so that's why I'm not afraid of the game script changing drastically. Same way when they lost Drew Brees last year for that stretch, they put in Teddy B, you know what I'm saying, and former president Teddy Roosevelt, and then it was the same thing. So they have. That's why they put pieces in place as far as backups. That's why they brought in Manny Sanders, heir to the KFC throne, the Colonel himself.
And he throws himself. God, I love it.
No. I think what they were trying to say was Michael Thomas was the focal point. As good as Drew Brees is, he was the focal point often and kind of has been running through him for the most part because you can't think of a wide receiver two on that team.
I got one for you. I got one for you, Henok.
Mm-hmm.
I got one for you. When Michael Thomas is there, they're foolish to not have him the focal point. And outside of him, it's always Alvin Kamara in the passing game, specifically. It's them two.
Right.
That you could bank on them having a safe floor. With no Michael Thomas, we're going to see Drew Brees be Drew Brees again, just like whenever Aaron...
The run game will be enough to win the game. The passing game will complement the run game. It'll be a heavy dose of Kamara. Somebody will get their touchdowns in the passing game, 1 or 2. Maybe, Drew might go crazy. It's Vegas. He might want to, you know what I mean? He might have the player suite, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's going to happen. I don't expect Vegas to be in this game, really. They're overmatched. Saints, heavy. And that wraps up week 2. Put a stamp on it.
That's the week 2 preview, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Other than that, just remember, this is your boy, Diamond Joel, coming in.
I don't you know.
Yep. Redskin Potato signing out.
Yeah. Hey, Playmakers, you know what to do. Make sure to subscribe to the GMM Network on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. Drop, you know what I'm saying? Drop the comment, spike the like, all that. You know what I'm saying? Also, I always forget to remind you guys you can find our flagship podcast, The Real Fantasy Playmakers on Spotify. Spotify, give me money. Be sure to head on over to Monkey Knife Fight and use promo code GMM, and we can get you winning some actual coin. Hey, Henok, thank you for your debut at Playmakers. Be prepared to see more Henok. Henok's great on here.
We consider him a one and done. We're gonna flush him down the toilet. Nice having you here, buddy. Get the fuck out of here. You're not the girl, motherfucker.
I was literally gonna say to anybody who thought I didn't know anything, you're right. These guys know a lot more than I do. But I like to think of myself as the guy who maybe will jump on here time to time, not every episode, and just give the fan perspective. Some questions.
We'll call you, all right? We'll give you a call here.
We'll have our people call your people.
I just want my name changed to Redskin Potato, but
Yes, the Tato is what we're calling him for short.
All right. Now, before, good looking though. It was fun.
I like it. We actually got you on for the first time, and you have a nickname already. He's the Tato.
There it is.
Okay. All right, guys.
For sure. Hey.